Uh, the one which I sent currently, you did on that only, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Can you see the screen?
No, I can see
No,
you.
no, you did
Not
see it in the live YouTube live. I will just share you that.
Says
so. What's like?
is
What
it
are we gonna talk about?
That's the
let's
best part. Wait.
yes, it's
Uh,
live.
is live, right?
Mm.
It's your first live, Miral.
Yeah.
Cool. It's ours too. So, so you can see there. I think
I can. I can't see the screen. I can see.
पूरा तो लास्ट एपिसोड है ना.
હવે આવ્યું આવી ગયું ને
तू शेयर करतो अमित.
હા દેખાય છે.
બોલો તું ચાલો સ્ટ્રીમમાં ક્યાં જતો
અરે
રહે
એ નથી કહેતો બ્રો.
છો સર
तू लिंक शेयर कर दे यार.
યસ
વોટ નાવ ની લિંક કહે છે તું.
ના એટલે જ્યાંથી તું લાઈવ જોવે છે એ વાળી લિંક. બીકોઝ મારામાં લાસ્ટ એપિસોડની જ લિંક દેખાડે છે.
બરાબર. હા શેર કરી દઉં.
સિરિયસલી ગજબ ફકઅપ છે આપણું. વિરલ આ લિંક ટ્રાય કર. ઓ વિરલ તું બી ગુજ્જુ જ છે ને.
હા.
અમિત તારો અવાજ નથી આવતો.
લિંક મળી તને? હલો
હા.
આનંદ અવાજ આવે છે?
હા હવે આવ્યો.
લિંક લિંક નહીં મળી મને.
અરે હમણાં આમ જ શેર કરી સ્કાઈપ પર.
ટાઈપના
કન્વર્સેશન્સ ખોલ. સ્કાઈપ નું કન્વર્સેશન્સ ખોલેલું આવી જશે. ખોલી.
હા. તો શું એની પર લોગિન કરું?
લોગિન કેમ કરવાનું છે?
એટલે એ બી ખોલ્યું એવું?
હા એટલે એ જ ખોલ એમ. કારણ કે એમાં તને
Okay.
સ્ક્રીન દેખાશે એક્ઝેક્ટલી. તું બી કેવો દેખાય છે અને પેલું કેવી રીતે ચાલે છે.
ઓકે.
સ્ટાર્ટ કરીએ આપણે. અમિત
સ્ટાર્ટ.
સ્ટાર્ટ.
તો શું એની પર લોગિન કર?
હા થેન્ક્સ. તો મિરલ એકલો જ કેમ દેખાય છે સ્ટ્રીમમાં? બ્રો એકલો મિરલ જ દેખાય છે સ્ટ્રીમ.
આનંદ આમાં કેવું થાય છે કહું તને હું.
હા
સ્કાઇપ નો કોલ આવે પેલા અને એના 30 સેકન્ડ પછી આ યુટ્યુબ માંથી સંભળાય.
હા એવું જ થાય છે કારણ કે યુટ્યુબ
આપણે
લાઈવ
બોલવા.
સેશન્સ બી 30 to 60 સેકન્ડ ડિલે હોય છે.
તો ભાઈ એ તો કન્ફ્યુઝન થઈ જશે.
હા, કન્ફ્યુઝન થઈ રહ્યું છે.
પણ તારે જોવાનું આપણે વાત તો પેલામાં જ કરવાનું છે ને.
સ્કાઇપમાં
હા રાઈટ. તને દેખાશે થોડું ડિલેમાં રાઈટ કારણ કે ઝૂમ
હા
નથી
તો
અત્યારે એટ પ્રેઝન્ટ.
હું તો યુટ્યુબ મ્યુટ કરી દઈએ ને.
હમ.
યુટ્યુબ મીટ કરી દે અને
જે ઇનપુટ આપીશ તું નાખીશ એ બી મને 30 સેકન્ડ પછી દેખાશે ને?
હા એ રીતે
પછી આ યુટ્યુબમાંથી
એ
સંભળાય.
થોડું બજેટ પ્રોબ્લેમ છે, બજેટ થોડા સરખા થઈ જશે પછી આપણે ઝૂમ કરી દઈશું. ઓકે ગાઈસ, પ્લીઝ કોઓપરેટ.
થઈ જશે. Cool.
કુલ, સો લેટ્સ સ્ટાર્ટ. સો મિરર, આઈ થિંક તું અમારામાં સૌથી વધારે જુનિયર છે,
Yeah.
રાઈટ? સો પ્લીઝ take some time and explain your journey into product management or product development.
Yeah. So, like English ke એમને
બ્રો ઇટ્સ કમ્ફર્ટેબલ. જો અત્યારે આપણે ત્રણ ચાર જણા જ છે જોવાવાળા
okay.
ત્રણ લોકો છે, હું, તું ને અમિત. તો ઇટ્સ ફાઇન.
Yeah, so I did one internship back in India at a
Mhm.
startup. So where I was concerned with developing an application, but not on the coding side,
ઓકે.
like how to manage various processes of it and like using design sketchboards and like drawing diagrams of various applications, then using some design prototype tools, and then I also explored marketing in that. So I was like working on different aspects of it. I don't know because my role at that time was like marketing intern. So I don't know that this is called product management, but this was in like very related to product management. So from
Okay.
that point of time, I was like really interested, like what is the product and how we should proceed with all the development phases of it and how we can like make a real product, how to do find total addressable market and things like that, and sketching few diagrams and then like presenting product pitching and all. So after that, like I'm more inclined to that. So then when I came here at Northeastern, I like decided that I will pursue my career in product management. So like I'm trying to take course which like covers different aspects of product management here. So I've taken like data analysis also, which is also an important course for product, like becoming a good
Yeah,
product manager. Then I'm learn taking product development for engineers, which is also a good course in
good one.
Northeastern for product. Yeah. So it's like, and then I recently also completed nano degree of product management from Udacity. So
Oh,
where I learned, yeah, product design, product pitch, product launch, and everything, and did 4 projects also on company called DoDash. So that
Nice.
like really helped. Yeah, so that was like that's why I'm interested in this, and yeah,
but so like you said that you are more used, like in internship you did more on product management than you did
yeah,
more on what do you call it, product developing. But like, did you get a time to do product ideation?
yeah.
Because that's
So
how we you shift to an idea to a product.
so like when I was working there, then like we were in a phase to launch an application. So what we were doing is like we were conducting surveys and all. So then I used to like translate that user stories in normal sketching diagrams. So I
Okay.
was not pro in designing softwares and all at that time. I recently only learned Figma and also how to do prototyping in that. But at that point of time, I used to sketch and then present it to the design team, and then they would work on that. So my ideation was like basically on sketchboard, on that sticky notes boards, writing small concepts and designing sketches and all, and then like trying to make the design processes of all like user stories, empathy, then all the using design templates and all. So that was my area of prototyping projects.
Okay, and what was the product that you were working on?
So I was working on an application. It was an e-commerce application. So if you use that, and so basically what it does, like if you want to buy something from Amazon, and that's giving you 25% discount. If you
Yes.
use our application, then you directly get to the Amazon. So that's how our application earns money of referral from the Amazon. So
Okay.
what our concept was that whatever the money we get, like suppose we get 2% from Amazon, like commission, because
Yes.
we transfer, then
Hmm.
we would give our pass on 1% commission to our users. So in
Okay.
that way, users will get more like profit, and we will also get like more leads and convert that leads into potential clients. So that's how our model was. So we are basically trying to make an app on that thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So that was, I guess the name was Cash Basket, right?
Yeah, cash basket.
Hmm. The other guy you're talking to, he's into product marketing.
Okay.
So now 5 years down the line, if you see one of the greatest of marketing campaigns of any product, it would be one and only Amit Tumar.
Okay.
Shout out to Mr. Tumar.
That sounds like music to my ears, Mr. Anand. And I hope that's
Yeah. So Amit, tell us about your story.
yes. So I belong to a business family, and like even when I came to United States for my masters, it was always there in my mind that once I graduate, I want to work for a year or two and then start a business of my own. And if you really want to start something of your own, like there was always like from when I was very young, I always admired the likes of Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and like when you create something that you get a different kick. So I always wanted to create something, not just start a business and make easy money, but create something that's good, and it will give you a
Impactful.
sense of pride and it will help solve problems of the world. And then so when I came here, I took some courses, like the mandatory courses, and then I asked my seniors that, hey, are there any opportunities or are there any courses? Like, this is my future goal, and would you recommend something? And one of my seniors said that there's product development, you can take that. That's a good field to explore. And then I took a product development class at Northeastern, and that course was just amazing. Professor's name was John Hutchins, and I totally loved it. And that's where my journey began. And after that, I shifted my focus entirely into business and marketing. So all my courses were around product management, product marketing, marketing analytics, enterprise growth and innovation. And then I landed an internship at Skyworks as a product marketing manager. And right now I'm working at a chip manufacturing company as a product marketing manager. And so people think that product marketing is different and product management is different. But product marketing manager, what they do is, you can say they are on the forefront of marketing, but their role is very similar to the product management role. They are the ones who will ideate, like they'll bring the product. Say for example, you are saying electric cars, okay? So these are the guys who will go and conduct a market research, and it will be their estimate that okay, 5 years down the line there'll be a huge demand for this, and IC engine will go down. Cars that use IC engines will go down. Then and that's when the research and development process starts. So you do marketing before the product like goes into the research and development phase. Once the product is ready, that's when you start the conventional marketing practices. Like you promote your product. Uh, there are many different, like social media nowadays. It's digital marketing. Yes,
So basically, when you defined it like online and offline marketing, right?
yes,
Yes.
Okay.
So I have
So
one question
yeah,
for you.
yes,
Like you told about the courses that you
yes,
took, like, so you all took all these courses from business school or like,
yes. They're all from business school.
yeah.
so like like we can take like 9 credits maximum. So
Yes.
I don't know like how like you took all
So
the
so there's one thing that you can do, Miral.
You
You
can
can
be
tell
Amit Tumar.
us, right? No.
There's one thing you can do, Mr. Miral, is you can't be Amit Tumar.
First thing, like there are 9 credits. I'm aware of that.
yeah,
But every semester you can audit one extra
yeah,
course. Yes. So if you audit one extra course, it's basically you're getting nine more, you can say 12 more credits for three different
yeah,
semesters, right? And if you don't even want to audit, you can just go and tell the professor that,
exactly.
hey, I'm really very interested. Can you please let me in? And 80% of the time they will
80%
let
it does that.
Yeah, I
you.
did it in the first two SEM for business schools only, but I
Yeah.
did it like business model innovation and design.
Okay.
Then I did for lean systems and all. So
What's the
now,
professor's name? Greg Collier.
Mm.
For
yeah,
this
See,
it
name
was
you're
a
allowed
great
to
class.
say, right?
that's why you need to talk to Amit Tumar.
He's wonderful. That guy is wonderful.
Yeah,
I think business model innovation and business model developing a business is way much more overrated now, right?
Oh, I think that.
Because like you take any other course, maybe say like take product development, right?
Mm-hmm.
They start you from business model only. You take marketing or maybe a consumer understanding consumer insights or making a consumer friendly market,
Product
right?
development. When
It
you start
starts
product
like
development or
it
you introduce
basic.
new product into your company, okay,
Mm,
it's like you're starting with something completely new. But when you're talking about business model innovation, that business model already exists, and now
Yeah,
you're bringing an innovation to that model. So
innovation to
you're
that.
changing the way it works. So you
Yeah.
might face some
like
losses. You'll have to make many changes. You'll have to lay off people. You'll have to hire people with different skills.
Yeah, even in like if a company is doing a subscription model and if you go for freemium model, that's also a
Yes,
business innovation. So
yes.
like it's a very broad subject. I think there are many phases to it.
I'll give
Even
you a wonderful example on that. When Satya Nadella took over Microsoft as the CEO of Microsoft, right? At that point, everyone in the market was like, Microsoft is at its peak, and there's no way for Microsoft to
excel
like
more.
progress or bring in more revenue. Like Microsoft will start to go down now
yeah,
because what they were doing was they were selling the products, and then Satya Nadella comes in, and he totally changes like the way company operated for like 40 to 50 years, and he goes subscription based model, and then you know like how
yeah,
Microsoft, they almost grew like 100% after Satya Nadella became the CEO.
yeah,
Also, earlier Microsoft was more into softwares. Now
Yes,
Microsoft is into hardwares along with softwares and
yes,
hardware accelerations.
yes. But
And
still, the major chunk of revenue comes from
yeah, but
software
now they are
subscriptions.
pivoting it from software.
Yes,
Right. I think same goes for Apple.
yes.
Yes. Okay. So we are here for product ideation. Can
Mr. Anand, so I
yes.
told my story, Miral told his
Okay.
story, now it's your turn.
So uh, it's basic thing. Did my undergrad in civil engineering. Got placed after my internship in GIFT. So in GIFT, there's a new city that developed it as Gujarat International Finance Tech City, GIFT City. I did
Mm-hmm.
my internship of uh, seventh semester internship there,
Mm-hmm.
and was commissioner management, commissioner
Mm-hmm.
management intern, and I used to make sure that we cleared the least amount of billables for the contractors,
Mm-hmm.
and that's from there I got my placement offer at a contractual firm. After there, I started learning SAP ERP project systems,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the first time I understood how a product is integrated into an existing system, rather than because earlier it was like you just download an exe file and you just like install it and go running. So for the first time I understood what product integration or software integration is, and after that uh, I switched to another company as an engineer, as a project manager in a design consultancy firm, and there I learned various things right from the scratch of developing a software, like in our terms developing a product, understanding its metrics, then creating its revenue model, creating its reporting model, then uh, making sure it's agile enough to implement it to all the aspects, because majorly it was flat tired organization and it was top to bottom flow of information. So that was something we figured out, and after that I did a internship at a startup as a
Mm-hmm.
marketing operation guy, and I majorly handled the offline marketing. So in summers in Ahmedabad, we had a street called as Happy Street, right? And on every Sunday we used to like host events there, and increase our market penetrations and hold some offline campaigns there. So that's how I got into marketing thing, and when I started doing my masters here, so each and every senior we talk to either has to very specific hard-coded DNA thing called as data or supply chain. Yeah.
Yes.
So, so each or any random guy on your fall semester who would be a senior would be saying, "Yeah, he's into supply chain or he's into
data
data
analytics.
analytics or maybe what do you call ML. That was the term we use.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It was like there are only two fields for international student, that's supply chain and data
Yeah,
analytics, and
because
English.
That's the only place where you get internship, and that's the only place you can get co-op job easily.
Yeah.
So that was, and also it's like it's very easy because like you can find a bunch of people there, so doing your assignments or can be submission is kind of foolproof plan if you just take
Yes.
that into consideration too.
Yeah.
So we did that, and from there, constant talking and other things, I figured out my niche that product making or product development is something that I want.
Mm-hmm.
I did a course called as iterative product management with Richard Yesback,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and that guy killed us really, literally.
Mm-hmm.
And we in that spring semester, it was hardly like 2.5 months. We made 4 products
Wow.
matrix, and each and every week we had to present it. Though it was troublesome, he had some problems with design, he had some problem with marketing things, he had some problem with revenue generation. So each and every time he had some problems, and that was the
Do you
best
mind
part.
sharing the products that you worked on?
Okay, so we made a product called as uh let me just frame. We made a product for USPS guys. Like I just can't figure out. Mailbox, yeah, retractable mailbox. Sorry, we made a product for retractable mailbox, majorly for northern of America.
Okay.
Yeah, so the first problem that he said that in every winter he had to like fix the mailbox again. So from January to majorly till March, there was no mailbox that was like that stood the whole 3 months. So he had to either buy one or he had to like change the position now and then. So he was
Okay.
bored of that. So he asked us to make. So we made a retractable. So we made a retractable mailbox. Then another was one of his colleagues. He got some esophageal cancer. That's the food pipe cancer to be layman's terms. So and the cancer was caused because there is no such tool that helps us to get the cancerous cells in the esophagus
Mm-hmm.
pipe. So we had to make a brush that is sensitive, that is good enough to scrape the cells, and that is good enough to not hurt anything while coming out.
Okay.
So that was thing. Another thing was we had to make a typical end-to-end delivery system where
And you mean by end to end?
so is like uh, let's just say you want to watch you want to do a Marvel marathon,
Uh-huh.
right? But as obviously like you won't be having all the movies downloaded like because now it's easier to stream on Netflix and Disney and other things, right? But
Yes.
he gave us a perspective. 2 years ago it was not easy to get Netflix, right? Or we didn't have Disney Plus. So he said I wanted to do a movie marathon of Star Wars, and each time I wanted to do it I had to buy the
Mm-hmm.
CD or maybe you know plan it and get it done with my friend, then arrange the series and then go it. So he said me that do something that has a services, that if I
Mm-hmm.
want to do a Star Wars, then he or she comes with his hard drive, he gives me Star Wars and whatever is the renumeration we can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing was that he also said that I want my favorite pizza from another place who doesn't do delivery, or maybe one of the pizza joint is not in a good neighborhood that I feel comfortable going in the night.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like end to end is being he makes sure that the consumer doesn't move. Just
Okay.
like what Postmates does now,
Mm-hmm.
it was something a year prior to us. So
Okay.
Postmates majorly focuses on retail marketing, right?
Yes.
But he doesn't do end to end delivery. He also wanted to include the thing like if someone is coming to your place and you don't have the keys
Mm.
for him and you're going to be late, so maybe he takes the keys from you and then delivers to that person, something like that. So he just wanted to make sure that end-to-end person on a very consumer level granularity is
Okay.
solved. And from there, and after that, I did lean management,
Mm-hmm.
and it was kind of good. And then I got my roles and portfolio manager intern at Dassault Systems.
Nice.
This is
Has been.
what?
How's your experience at Dassault been? Like, how's it going over there?
So the salt is now actually killing it in my
Mhm.
terms because now it's time to actually prosper and be that market bull because he has all the next growth companies as his client like
Okay.
Tesla, Apple, I mean,
Uh-huh.
US government, Lockheed Martin,
Mm-hmm.
Hawaii, if it can be in America, then Renault. So, because as we would majorly focus on designing and simulation of products, so maybe now is a chance because with social distancing and everything coming into play, we would be
Yes.
focusing more into like how a consumer or how a person should be placed in malls and other
Mm.
things.
Yes.
So maybe that's something we need to be focusing on as a system, as a collaborative unit at the salt. So now is their time, I suppose, other than the last times. So okay, so
Yeah,
that's enough of our story.
yeah,
Okay, so you can see the screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we are gathered here on on this holy occasion to do some product ideation. Okay, because I genuinely think that no one in this community on online basis talks about it,
Okay.
where like a group of people comes up with all the random problems that each of us has,
Mm-hmm.
and they do a brainstorming very typically 1 hour, and then
Yes.
they solve it, or maybe they try to solve it. Okay, so this is just what do you call as humble beginnings. So please bear with us. Okay, so let's start with Miral. That tell us the 5 problems that you face, maybe like pre-corona or or in corona, or you think that post-corona this might be the 5 problems you would face.
yeah. So the first problem that I face because I have specs is like I don't like to wear mask.
Okay,
Because as soon as I wear mask, I can't see anything, and like it's become very hard to like go on roads and walk around because you just can't see anything. So you need to like then remove the mask. So that's like one problem that I face. The second problem that I face is like with the online supply chain deliveries, like we order food from Target, like groceries and all, but we don't get that delivered at our house because most of the times the items are not there or something like that. Uh, the third thing is like, I mean, the third thing is with like the transportation system that I see is like a problem is like most like people are coming every day in that system, but like they usually, even the government has said them to wear like mask and all, they don't wear it, and so they roam around and they touch places, and some people also throw garbages and all and then go out. So I believe that this is also a problem. So whenever I go out, then I need to be extra cautious.
Mm-hmm.
And the fourth problem is like I don't know, like the weather here.
yeah.
I mean, it's really unpredictable. I think, uh, yeah. So yesterday only, like it was like good till 3,
Three.
then it
And it
started
rained.
raining. Then we went out at 6 to 9. Then it again started raining.
uh,
So we don't know like what kind of things we need to be prepared for and things here. And like yeah, and the another problem is like with the heating system in houses like I face. I don't know like you guys are facing or not. Like heaters takes a lot of time to uh,
Actually heat up
like
the whole space
yeah, heat up the whole
rather than
space in
warming.
winters. And so if you don't like keep that on when even if though you are outside, then I don't think that it will work properly. So you need to keep it on every time, and that like increases the bill of the house. So it should be like an efficient system where you just keep
I
it on
think
when you
so.
are.
In that you have a water heater or an air heater
It's like it's
that
not a water
you
heater.
have
It's
that
like a
pipes thing.
no, no, not the pipes thing. I have a thermostat, so if you just increase the temperature, it will heat accordingly. But
Oh,
it's like takes a lot of time to start and all. And it doesn't have a back feature also, like which I would love to have in summers, like an AC. If we
mhm.
lower the temperature, then it should work oppositely, but it's not happening also.
Oh yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
that's it.
so you think a heater is a problem? Bro,
That's actually good, man.
yeah, but I think it's something that needs innovation um, because earlier we had that water heaters that actually oozed out the steam. After
Mhm.
that,
Yeah,
we got the air heaters that were easily damaged because of the rough usage as a student or tenants.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I think like that's something we won't be able to solve other than like that's your awareness to it, right? But this is something we could like talk about is what was mask and specs.
yeah,
I think
yeah. That's a big problem.
yeah, because I think many of the like everyone has major specs. I think like yeah, and we can something solve about it. But moving on to Amit,
Yes. So there's one problem that I used to face is, and I face it right now as well, is that when you wake up, so you might have noticed that when you wake up, naturally your mind is fresh, you are not disturbed. But when you are like, when you get up because of alarm or someone wakes you up, your mind is disturbed, you are a little frustrated, you are not fresh, and it really takes time for your mind to settle down. It usually takes 2 to 3 hours, and which reduces your productivity on a very different level. So I think like some innovation in which like no matter at what time you wake up, you still remain fresh. That would be great. So that's one problem that I face.
that's a mental problem, I guess. Amit, just to put just to put it
That's for
no.
everything. That's for everyone. Like I don't know about you, you might be a superhuman, but when I
No,
talk to
but
my friends, the people,
yeah,
everyone
okay.
faces that problem.
Waking up by alarms, if you want to put in word,
You don't wake up fresh.
you don't wake up fresh.
Yeah.
Then
Fine.
The second problem is working out. So in this pandemic, before this pandemic, I would regularly go to gym. I would work out, but due to pandemic, I'm totally indoors now. I can't go outside, and working out is a really big challenge. Like working out in the gym and doing home workouts, they are two very different things. And to do home workouts, you need to be very, very, very disciplined. That's something difficult. So that's my
so
second problem.
discipline, discipline your second problem.
Yes,
I very strongly feel, bro, you are a
working out,
teenager. Huh?
working out at home.
So your problem is discipline or working out at home.
Lack of discipline when working out at home.
There's again two different problems.
Working out at home can't be a problem. Not
So,
having discipline doing that is a problem.
so discipline is a problem then.
Yes, you can say that.
So discipline, right? I
Yes.
strongly believe. I think
Third thing is
Miral is
food.
mute. Don't know. I strongly believe that you are becoming a teenager girl with the problems. So if it's a wake up call, please take that call.
And the third thing is food. There's not enough food.
Are we seriously discussing this? He's
Food is a
talking,
problem, right?
bro. Miral is talking about unpredictable weather. You are talking about food.
Like, dude, like unpredictable
Dude,
weather. Okay.
how is the hydrogen going on?
Okay.
You should have told us, like, we could have thought of five good problems.
Yeah.
So if you
Dude,
ask
how does
spontaneously,
how
then
you see people hoarding stuff like panic buying and you think food is not a problem, then dude, like you have something like
Dude,
really, and if you are like
that is not a problem that
too
you could solve
innovative
overnight.
products, or then I must tell you that that's not how it works. Because
So
FMCG market,
so
it literally is like 60 to 70%
hit
of country's economy. If you think that's not important, then you need to do your research.
panic buying, right? I'll do my research. You know why 60 to 70% of FMCG is running? Because the supply chain is very strong backend.
If people don't want to eat food, your
Just
supply chain won't
just
even
to
exist.
just to give
Just
you
to
some
tell you that.
retrospect about people eating food or not eating food, I just read yesterday that me yeah, Miral is having his fun if it's Skype. So, I just read yesterday that on an average, a typical American farmer who has 100 cows, right,
Hmm. Hmm.
drains out almost 1,000 gallons of milk.
So you want to say that you can survive just by drinking milk? What about people who are lactose intolerant?
I'm telling you about the retrospect, about how like you understand the panic buying, and then the farmers are dropping out. I also read that one of the farmer he dumped 19.7 million tons of cabbage. Dumped.
So that's a different story. Like
Why?
that's a supply chain issue.
Yes, the supply chain
Yeah.
issue ultimately affects the panic buying. Try solving the problems.
Food is also a problem, right? Like if you deliver people exactly what they want,
Uh, we can have that on the second session.
I
No
won't have to
problem.
throw things away.
Okay, we'll discuss it. So food, panic buying of food. Okay,
Panic buying is not my problem.
food is a
Easy
problem.
access, easy access to food is the problem,
Easy access to food is possible. We still get frozen food.
which is
um,
not healthy. It has
Oh.
high amount of sodium in it.
yeah, that frozen food is a big problem. I don't like taste of
Easy
everything.
access to healthy food. Easy access to healthy food. And if
Okay,
you
easy
think that
access
food is
to it.
not important, I must tell you that food is the
Food
most
is life.
important thing. Your
Okay,
life is useless if you don't eat, okay?
okay.
Doesn't
Yes,
matter.
Another
yes.
problem for the food.
What?
Salads are costly than
That's the
burgers.
typical
Why?
American life, bro.
Yeah,
You need to grow up now there. Salads are costly as junk food is cheap.
yeah. So
Okay,
why? Let's
because
solve the
that's how
problem.
America is. So there's nothing you can solve it in a country like this. Is a like typical problem where large is cheaper than the small. Large cup is always cheaper than the small cup. So that's typical American thing. So you won't be able to solve it.
Okay.
So so Amit, your call.
These are the problems that I can think of right now. Now it's your
That's
turn.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So for me,
Mhm.
there's a basic question, right? Majorly every window now
Mhm.
has a leak, right?
How can you say that like majorly every window? What are
Because
your
like in
ethics
the
on that?
apartment which I live, it was built in 1960s,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Majorly every
But
Bostonian
30, 40 years
apartments,
old, they are facing a leak. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so the I guess alignment is not true, and we usually fill in the silicons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever there's a rain or something like that. And because in snow, the snow
Mm-hmm.
sticks, and when it melts, it gets water. In
Okay.
rain, it gets water, right? And in summer, when you turn on the AC, it causes air leaks. So with
Okay.
that, there is a good amount of leak every time, every season, right? I'll just write it down. Leaks. Okay. Second problem. Have you eaten uh
Are you gonna talk about food, Anand?
yeah. I'm talking about genuine food problems. Genuine food problems, not bullshit
Okay.
things. Have you eaten cuppa manias or cuppa maggies, something like that?
Oh, never heard of it.
Yeah.
You, Amit, Mr. Amit. Oh, you are a healthy food eater?
Yes.
Okay. So there is a thing called as cuppa mania.
Okay.
Okay. What happens is there's a cup, right,
Uh,
in which they pack some noodles,
mm-hmm.
right? and the procedure goes like you need to add some water into it and
Yeah,
microwave it for like 3 or 4 minutes, right? And you get a soupy noodle. I think back in India we had cup of noodles,
yeah,
cup of Maggi or something like that.
Maggie, something like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you try that, right? But I
Mhm.
think the problem here is, so you do as per the directions, right? So with each and every time when you do it, the water gets hot, right? The cup gets hot, but the
Mhm.
noodle doesn't get hot
Yeah,
or gets cooked easily. It's a classic case of Maggie. 2 minutes noodle isn't made in 2 minutes.
2 minute noodle is a marketing gimmick, so you can't really compare
No,
that.
that's what I'm like. That's so
yeah.
then
If you try it microwave, then it happens.
I haven't tried that then. I guess in microwave it's always overcooked, right?
It's like,
No, if you follow the instructions, if you like
yeah,
set the temperature correct, it's not overcooked because every microwave has a different wattage. So
yeah.
you need to check
Yeah.
that.
And
Oh,
that also is like a problem that you said microwave. Like most of the products that they have instructions on are not suitable for our microwave. So, like, there's no generalization of it. It's
Yeah.
like trial and error method. Once you tried it this much time, then you tried for this much time, and then you work out a way.
yeah. So if you always figure out a way being a new one. So
Yeah.
cup
Yes. So
right.
what's your problem?
I'm telling you like the cup noodles problem. So either the cup is hot or the water is hot, but the noodles
Hmm.
doesn't have that taste or is not that like
Okay.
awesomely cooked as we cook in the what do you call it as stuff, right?
Hmm.
So that's the problem. Third problem. Uh, I just thought of it and forgot. I just forgot, man. Like I had three problems, genuine three problems, and I forgot. I forgot the third problem.
I don't believe you that it's genuine.
Ah. So let's
Genuine problem
like
you won't forget.
it's a genuine problem. I just forgot it. But if you wanna like, I just
Yeah.
one of my I was just talking with one of my roommate, and we
Okay.
had a problem. So we didn't have a problem. We find of a solution, kind of. It's like collapsible milk gallons. So if you,
Collapsible milk gallons.
yeah. So the problem is, so each and every time you buy a gallon, right?
Uh-huh.
Uh, you use the milk inside it, and still the gallons remains or has its own shape, right?
Yes.
And that
Yeah.
occupies a space in the fridge. The
Mm.
same amount of space it occupies being half empty, and the same amount of space occupying fully empty,
Yes.
right? But if we make something such that if it's half empty, we can collapse the gallon or something like that, so it occupies less space. So it is easily like is what do you call it? Easily visible to us that we are out. We're gonna like switch out of gallon soon
Hmm.
or something like that. So
Yeah.
easy identification of going out of milk or going out of juices, something like that.
Yes.
So maybe how should we frame it?
I get your point. Something that reduces its size as you consume the milk.
Yeah, that's not like very big focus about milk. Even the juice has the same problem. Or
Yeah.
maybe the half and half or full cream, heavy whipping
Yeah.
cream.
All the sauces.
Yeah. No, I think sausage would be a problem because if you collapse it, I think the orientation would change of the what do you call this nozzle on which the sauces comes out.
Okay. So the same happens with the milk also then.
No, the milk doesn't have nozzle. You need to pour it, right? So the milk juices.
Yeah, but like if we are like size is reducing, then it might like affect the shape.
No, with the sauce you need to apply a certain amount of pressure. So that's why they're designed in such a way. That's what
Okay.
I think, right? I may be wrong, but it's fine. So what should we, how should we frame it?
Automatic
Collapsible
automatic size
containers.
reduction.
Collapsible food containers.
Collapsible. And so like this was something we edited on, but that's not my problem, right? But this is the three I can think of it now.
It's a problem. I see. Like if something can be made of it, there's a huge market for it.
Yeah,
It's really a problem.
Genuinely felt that this should be the problems rather than the easy access to healthy food. Cautious, cautious when we're going out on unpredictable weather. I think like I strongly believe
Hmm.
that post coronavirus, right, there would be huge innovation or improvisation in supply chain.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, or maybe sanitizing of goods. There would be huge market in that.
yeah,
So maybe if we can figure out something, you want to talk about going into malls, how sanitization can be done better there.
Hmm.
I feel one problem with the gloves also. Like I wear gloves, go out, then I touch everything. So I wear to go to play cricket. Now I touch everything. Now by default I will touch mask sometime.
Yeah,
So that's like it's not anyway helping.
I
It's
think
rather
with the gloves it spreads more because you take something who has touched somewhere else, and if he let's take someone who has COVID has entered the supermarket and he
Hmm.
touches something, right? And later on you touch something, right? And then maybe you go around strolling other things and then you touch other things, and the whole market is actually COVID Minecraft, maybe.
yeah,
Yeah. So gloves actually don't help. What I said, think. I think timely sanitization, something like that, what needed. But that's another ball game for us.
Mhm.
yeah,
So, you want to talk about industry wise, you have just like five more problems to discuss. Or if like, let's do it on a timely basis because then it would be more of extended thing.
Yes.
yeah,
So let's give it 5 more minutes for problem discussion.
Let's do it on a timely basis because
Bro,
mm, what are the
Okay.
problems?
One
yeah,
problem that would be huge. Airlines. So whenever something like this hits up, even during 9/11, now during a pandemic,
yeah,
and obviously like there will be pandemics in future as well, right?
yeah.
So all these airlines they face huge costs, like huge airport parking costs, maintenance cost. So is there a way where you can reduce those maintenance costs, like when the airplane is not being used and it won't deteriorate the quality of the airplane, and they won't lose money basically on that?
But for that, you need to know the airplane industry or maybe airport industry. So you know that you could ideate on that.
Yes.
You know in the industries, and maybe you could ideate because I personally don't know much about the airport parkings or airplanes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. But I think what a better thing would be if there are no middle seat passengers now,
Okay.
right? How would you run your airplane or maybe your airline
Mm-hmm.
such that it still optimizes profit?
Yeah. Either you increase the price of the customer, or you start giving another services. Say, for example, you are
So
providing room
let's
services on
focus.
plane.
No, we
Yeah.
can go into solution later. So I think
Yeah.
other than like talking about airport parking and airplanes
Mm-hmm.
maintenance, we can talk about how a middle seat crisis can be solved.
Yes.
Right. Middle. Any
Yeah.
good suggestions, bro?
Yeah. So yeah, the one problem is like of like the database also, or you can say like I was working on a project like so if patients are admitted to hospitals in
Mhm.
the corona, then we can uh, look at the data and like we can take care like we can like do data analysis and things like that and like maintain and try to isolate this and then uh, sanitize effectively at that portions. I don't know like if it's happening here because like if you are admitted to the hospital, then it's just that then nobody comes back and see that this patient has come from this area, so we need to take care of the whole area and we need to test aggressively there.
I think that problem
That
has
is
been
something,
solved.
yeah, because contact tracing is something they're doing
Yes,
it, right?
Yeah, okay, but like it may be good for like countries like US and all, but if you look at
even
for
in India, like
developing countries like Africans and all that countries which don't have that much resources, what is like the best way like without using that much money to isolate all these people and all?
mhm. No, I remember like they launched an app and it was a like
I
it didn't
remember
even
this too.
like occupy much space on your phone, so doesn't matter if your phone is like with less space or it's like just $100 phone, you can still download it, and it just needs to have a GPS and it will trace each and every person. So say for example, if you get corona, and then like the person can trace like all the locations where you were and who were the other people who were in contact with you at the same time over there. It
Yeah,
uses the same concept as, I guess, don't remember the name, but I think there was like Match.com or something, and they used to like use the same concept. They took the concept from that.
okay.
Okay, so so we don't need to ideate on that problem, right?
Yes.
Okay. Mm, also, like I just if you know, right, Google and Apple came together and made a contact tracing app or maybe a feature of it for COVID, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you know how to use it?
No.
You read the instructions, you know how
No,
to
no,
use.
there like I tried Googling it yesterday or the day night earlier. I didn't
Okay.
find, I didn't know how to use it actually. Means they said that they made a framework on which an
Uh-huh.
app can be made,
Uh-huh.
right?
Okay.
So are there are so there are no apps that helps us in contact tracing for individuals, or there are no, or the phone there was an update on iOS 13, but I don't think there's an update about it. There's no
Mhm.
clarity about it. So that is again something.
Yeah.
Okay, I
One
think
problem
okay.
that I faced, like if about the birds, like if you're using any birds, wireless birds,
Yeah,
Bluetooth birds and all. So most of the time, what happens that I have seen is like there are a lot of connectivity issues. Like when you are listening to song and suppose a phone comes up and it started ringing outside, then you need to again connect to the Bluetooth and then you need to pair it again. Then you can do seamless communication. Even in the charging, like I recently, what I did is like I updated my software. Suddenly, the left bud stopped working. So then I need to like replace
yeah,
that because it was warranty. Then I did it. But that's like a problem that my friend also faces, and many
many
people
other
faces that
places.
problem. And most of the time, they have like buttons here where you can change songs and all. But they're like at times it's not that much accurate. It lags a lot of. It has a lot of problems in it. So
Yeah, I think that's how Apple solves the problem is reliability, right? So any of the Apple products you take is seamlessly connected to the Apple environment, and I think the first thing that Apple does is make sure that it's reliable at each and every time. So if you open just AirPod once, it gets connected to your phone.
yeah,
Yeah,
that happens with Samsung too, but like the problem that I faced was like very unique. I don't know. Like I updated the software, one left but stopped working,
yeah,
and they have like
that's what I'm
whole
telling.
page about it. Like how this happens. They say that this happens again and again, so
Yeah.
you need to reboot, restart everything. So
So
I don't
that's
know.
what I'm telling you, that Apple doesn't do
Okay,
such kind of things.
okay,
That's what I'm just.
yeah,
Okay, so I think our timer is over. So these are the
Okay.
problems. Okay, so let's vote it and go for the ideation part, define part. So let's Miral, what are the best picks for?
I'll for collapsible food containers.
But I didn't ask you at present. Miral,
Oh,
what are your best picks from Amit and mine?
You don't wake up parents, discipline, easy access to healthy food, airplane. I would look for from Amit airplane middle seat crisis.
Okay,
Then uh, from you, I will pick that collapsible food containers.
guys, I don't really think that airplane middle seat crisis is a that's like business model
business
innovation.
model innovation. Yeah, even I
That's
felt
not
that.
product ideation, honestly. It's not like you're creating something new. It's just like you're changing the way you work.
Yeah, maybe next weekend when we talk about business models or something like that, we'll
Yeah.
discuss it. So another place. So then there is no product, bro, in your term.
Yeah,
Okay, shifting to Amit. What are the best picks from mine and Miral's?
From yours, it is collapsible food containers,
Okay,
and from Viral, I like the heater one. It would be good, like if the heater can even cool your place. I really like those two.
okay. For me, I would like the easy access of health food from Amit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we won't be discussing the airplane middle seat crisis. But in this, I would be liking more of how Miral said it, right? Because you don't get healthy food easily, though
Mm-hmm.
you get the packed food and other things easier.
Yeah, yeah, that
So
was my case. Like healthy food, as in you get ready to eat for all the other food stuff, but that it has
but
high
yeah.
amount of sodium and preservatives, which is not good for you.
yeah,
Be
so
fresh,
maybe fresh, something like that.
healthy, as in not like yeah, like you wanna build your muscles, not like that.
No, I get that is bro. None of us in this gymming like you, so please. So in the mirror thing, I am seriously not. I really didn't like any of it because he had some mask and specs problem that I don't think I have that, so I don't feel like solving it. That
No,
cautious
it,
going.
it is a problem. Like mask and specs, it is a
It is
problem.
a problem, but I don't feel like solving it because everyone has their own terms, right?
As
So
in,
as in like every kid who is 5 or 6 who has specs solves his own problems on specs or related to it, right? So I don't think you would be doing any help to it like that.
I didn't get you.
no, I didn't get you.
Okay, so it's just that every individual is different. So rather than pointing out one solution,
I don't know, like, but what is the solution? But yeah, if you start breathing, like the fog appears on the mask, so
I
you
think
need
that
to wear mask.
that problem again is with helmet too.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
it's a serious problem. It's not like it's something that you can ignore. You can't see clearly. Your visibility is at stake, right?
yeah.
but I think everyone has their own way of solving that problem.
Like
The
what? Like
only
you
way
remove
is to
Uh,
remove the helmet or lower the
either
mask.
you remove the mask or you remove your specs and don't
no,
see clearly. So
I
that's
think
not a problem.
I think everyone has their own problem, own way of solving it. Ask a 10-year-old kid who how he solves it because
The thing
they are gonna.
Yeah,
is,
we need to do user survey on this then.
Yeah. Okay. We can. I would seriously go for the heater with mirror.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. But I would suggest you to take a individual heater because that increases efficiency. That increases efficiency in the whole place rather than combined. So
Yeah.
unanimously we want to discuss about product food containers, collapsible food containers. So let's define it. Amit,
Yes.
what do you want this product to exactly do?
Collapsible food containers. What I want is, say for example, you brought a 1 gallon milk, okay?
Yeah,
That's like 4 liters. Let's assume it.
yeah,
Once you consume 1 liter of your milk,
yeah.
you should be able to reduce the size to 3 liters.
Okay. Size reduction then.
Yes.
Then
Yeah.
do you
That's
like
it.
do you want anything it else to do something like that? Like maybe if I also would like that uh it would change a color or me tell me like when the expiry is near.
Yeah, that's the first thing. And the second thing,
Okay.
uh, okay. No, no. Second thing is, like they say, like once you open it, you have to consume it in 3 days or 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas if you don't open it, it
It
has a like long shelf life of you can say 30 to 40 days, right?
nah
So
three
is
weeks.
way where you can even open it and still have a long shelf life.
But
That's kind of very difficult, bro.
that's like related to how you make the milk, not
Yeah.
related to how you pack it. So then they might add
Or
preservatives. Ah, bad for health.
look, okay. I found another problem. I did it into my project. It was
Hmm.
self-chilling cans. So the problem is whenever you host a house party, the first
Okay.
Okay.
round of beer, the first round of soda is always chilled.
Yeah.
The second round of soda is somewhat chilled. The problem comes when you have the third round.
You keep all of them in the refrigerator,
It
they'll
doesn't
all
chill.
chill.
It don't chill. If you give all of them together in the refrigerator, it doesn't get chilled.
So you take ice bags, then you bring a lot of ice and you
Ice bags
keep.
melts on the third round, bro. Like try a
No,
typical problem. Try a typical like start your house party at 7 p.m. right? Till you reach 10 or 11, right? The third round
Okay.
of beer or soda would be like just like a normal room temperature one. Maybe
Okay.
slightly lower than
but
that.
why would you remove it out of the refrigerator when you are gonna use it at 11 p.m.?
Bro, have you been to a house party
Yes,
before
bro.
that? Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like
You
I
don't.
never faced that problem.
Every
Yeah,
house party has different problems,
yeah.
I never faced that problem.
Let me explain. If
and they
you
have
are
unique
hosting
way
an
to
house
Unless
solve
party,
it.
until you are extremely drunk and at 11 p.m. you order and you ask someone that, hey, please bring beer. And the one who sold it, like kept it in the room temperature. Only in that case will you face this problem.
okay. Let me explain how the house party concept is in a normal human person scenario. Okay, you
No,
host a
no.
house party, you buy your beers and soda, you pack it in your refrigerator, right? At 7
Yeah.
p.m., everyone is invited, so everyone comes at 7 p.m. Okay.
Yes.
So as a host, you give them out one beer or a soda as per your convenience and how many people are there. Then
Hmm.
you start the party. People talk, interact, do dance and shit other things. Yeah. So if you have 10 people at your house, right?
Yes.
You are very sure that at least 3 or 4 people would take turns in opening the refrigerator.
Yeah.
They won't be doing anything in the refrigerator, right? But still they would open the refrigerator just to check or maybe have some food, something like that. And each and every time you open the refrigerator, right, it
Okay.
stops chilling,
Okay.
right? So
But
on a longer run, if you do that till 10 or 11 p.m., right, you don't get the chilled beer kept in the refrigerator.
but what if you keep beer 24 hours only? Then it will chill. Then it will have a lasting time of 3 hours.
Okay, okay. Let's suppose you have a party at a beach.
Okay.
You take you you take a
You are
you take your
explaining
cool.
the concept of house party you are going to
No,
beach.
I am
It will work. Okay.
I am explaining you the self-chilling cans.
Okay.
Okay.
So you take ice coolers packed with your
Okay.
beers, 24 hours beer, okay, 24-hour refrigerated beers with with ice creams and packs and other things
Okay.
to a beach. Then you pop a beer. You have some time, an hour or two. After that, again you pop a beer. I have some too.
Okay.
At some point, ice melts or it doesn't
Yeah.
melt.
You take the ice box, it easily lasts for 10 to 12 hours.
Okay, bro, agree. 10 12 hours. After that, it would melt. Let's
Why
suppose you
would you go to a
After
beach
that
11
house
in the
party,
morning and start drinking at 12 at
party.
midnight?
But I seriously feel, I don't know how you describe a party, but I seriously feel that going to a beach or anything else, you have some problems.
See, Anand, if
Okay.
you are going on a like 3 day tour and there's no way
Yeah.
that you get beer in between, then it makes sense, okay? But what you are saying is that after 12 hours it starts melting. So what you are saying is that
I'm
I went
just
to the beach at 11 in
So,
the morning and I start
I
partying
just
at
want my
12.
beer to be cool
yeah.
when I
So
have
what is
it.
that, like you want every beer to be automatically chilled or something like
Yeah, the
that? It
thing
That
is,
remains.
like I don't want to put it in the refrigerator. I don't want to
Yeah.
carry
yeah, that's
ice.
why self-chilling can. So that
Yeah.
from there's where the
But
problem is. I
I
went
think
into the
that
house party.
you need
Okay.
to develop some material.
So it's just
Like,
like when I open the beer, first beer, like when I just pop that can, it then
Ah,
it should get chilled in minute or two, 2 minutes or 3 minutes. It should get chilled
okay.
like that.
okay.
Okay.
So what was the solution? Like, did you
That was
guys
not the
find?
solution. That was the problem. So I came up with a solution as a self-chilling can.
So how does it happen?
Bro, that was the solution. I didn't make a product. I made a
Oh,
solution that if we make a self-chilling can, we can do estimate. So the thing is, we don't need a refrigerated trucks to transport. We don't need refrigerated retailers. We don't need refrigerated wholesalers. We can save a lot on that.
Yeah, see,
okay.
that's a solution. Your definition, problem definition was wrong. Party and all. Like you say, if you talk in terms of companies, it saves huge amount of money
That was
in food supply chain.
empathizing with your consumer because that's where
In
the
this
problem was.
case, in
Okay.
this case, your consumer is the company that makes beer, and you are the one who makes the beer can.
In this case, the consumer is me who doesn't want who wants to have a chilled beer but doesn't like uh, keep it in a refrigerator or making sure that I have beer chilled in the
Then you
refrigerator.
don't care about the cold supply chain. Okay, that's like two different problem points, but I understand it. On the point of cold supply chain, I do understand that.
Yeah, that's the back end of it. And
Okay.
I
I
think
thought
that's the
over it
major problem.
because huh? What?
I think that one is the bigger problem rather than house party.
That is a end problem. The consumer colder storage would be a back end problem, right? Transportation cost would be lesser and you can consume. Okay, so you want to talk about that?
So that's one. Yeah,
Let's
yeah, we'll talk about that. I think that's a
no,
good one.
let's take two problems. So it's easier for us. Miral, you have any other problems?
Mm,
It's fine. You can say no.
I I don't know if there is a problem with your internet or all. With Xfinity, there is a huge problem now. In
But that's
US, there
something
are
I
like
can't solve. I have the Xfinity thing only.
yeah, so like in US, there are not many options to choose your internet, and it with Xfinity, like I pay $105 per month for 1 Gbps speed, right? If
Yeah,
you break down the structure, like your internet bill is very low. They are giving things like TV channel subscriptions and all,
yeah.
which you
You
in
don't
never
use.
way can reduce because even though you are not using it, even if you call customer service centers like 10 times, 1,000 times they don't do anything about it. So they are basically charging 30, $40. I don't know what is the exact amount, uselessly.
Yeah,
And they are not giving anything about it. I've complained it many times. I even
but
talked this with Professor Greg Collier, and he said that Xfinity are very smart people. The actual internet bill is like $30 only,
yeah.
but they are charging over $100. So somebody in market should step up and do innovation about it. So I don't know, like, but I face that problem. Second is connectivity also, like
But
sometimes
I
it
think
gets
what Xfinity actually does is why everyone prefers Xfinity is though you are in Boston, right?
yeah,
If you go in New York or if you go into anywhere place where Xfinity has its Xfinity does provide service, you can have internet access.
okay,
That's where Xfinity wins the
yeah,
game, right?
yeah, that's true. Even in the bus stand, you have Xfinity, you can use it like for 1 hour or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, so that's where I know if you can use it seamlessly if you have that ID, right? So that's
Okay.
where Xfinity wins the market, right?
Okay. Yeah, that's true. But like they are taking money uselessly. Like
Yeah,
even
I
if you
think
don't
rather
subscribe it,
it's more
then
of convenience thing, right? Because you can easily get convenience when you don't have internet.
okay.
Okay, but so you want to, I think that's something we can keep it in the business model innovation. What was it?
Like yeah. Like unproportionate charging of like Wi-Fi bill. Like so like so what we gonna do after defining? Like are we gonna work on the problem today also or in next session?
No, no, next session because we would usually be doing it on Saturdays and Sundays. This session,
Okay.
so it's
Okay.
easier for everyone because
Yeah.
Amit and me are working. Are you got co-op this fall or this summer?
No, me?
Yeah, yeah, you.
No, no, I'm still searching.
Oh, all the best, bro. Why does he not understand?
What?
Nothing, nothing, bro. Okay, so let's talk about collapsible food containers. So size reduction, expiry date, longer life after s- s- opening the seal, right?
Yeah.
Anything else? Let's time it so like we don't.
You wanna do it? What I really think is the live session is like too long for now.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing it.
We
Like
need
I'm
like
just timing
an
it
hour
like ten
and
minutes.
2 minutes. So I think like we can
I'm just
take.
keeping yeah, like for defining we just going for 5 minutes for collapsible thing and it started. Okay, you won't be see you will be seeing my screen in 10 seconds. So longer life after opening the seal. Anything else?
Hmm. Yeah. I don't think of anything now.
I think the expiry date and longer life after opening the series, it's the same thing.
No, expiry date would be that's a visible thing, right? You don't need to check it at how long would it last.
Okay, so like I don't understand like what's the point of expiry date?
So it's like if you buy it from the store and then you keep it in your fridge, right?
Huh?
So uh, how long can you use that
Okay.
unsealed too, right? Because I think every milk gallon has a 3 weeks expiry date,
Yes.
right? So there's something like that. In the longer seal life is like after you open the seal, it should last more than a week or something like that.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go for the fourth. You have any fourth things?
That's
Hmm.
all.
That's all,
Yeah.
Viral. Okay,
No, I don't think anything.
let's go to the self selling. I'll reset the timer. What do you expect your self selling can to do, or what problem does it solve for you?
The
It should
problem
address.
for me that it needs to solve is. Oh, you wanna continue, Miral?
No, no, you continue.
Yes. Like once it is like produced, like consumer ready in the beer factory, there should be no need for it to go in a cold supply chain, or there should be no need for it to be like
But
kept in
I
a,
think Amit, we focusing on a consumer's perspective, not as a business perspective.
a consumer pers. Okay, now listen to me.
So how long should a
The person who supplies this, okay, as a beer factory, now when you're supplying it, and as a beer can manufacturer, the beer factory is my consumer, and I have to reduce their cost. So that's on consumer level. What you are saying, and consumer level, okay,
no,
like
according to me, if
it
I'm
works for both of them.
no, according to me, let's say a glass bottle gets into a room temperature in 30 minutes, right? After
Mm.
chilling it for an hour or 2 hours. According to me, my can should at least last for 20 minutes.
Okay.
self-chilling cans. Like they should be
So it won't
chilling
be chilling every time, bro.
to room temperature, right?
Huh?
Okay.
It won't keep on chilling it. It just when you open it, it would be chilled.
Yeah.
After that, there's the heat transfer thing that you studied in 10th or 12th. We don't define
But then it doesn't
we
make
don't
any sense.
define
Like when
science.
you keep it for 20 minutes in the room temperature or 30 minutes, you open it, it's chilled, you drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm telling, bro, but you won't be like, so you won't do bottoms of each and every time you have beer, right?
I didn't get you.
Arey, if you have, if you open a glass bottle, right? It lasts 15 minutes if you have a sip and sip and you enjoy the drink and rather than doing bottoms up, right?
Okay.
Okay, so it is still in the those 15 minutes, right? After in
Okay.
what the
After
backend go,
opening.
huh?
After opening.
After opening,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Though we chilled it for like 24 hours or 5 or 6 hours in our refrigerator and 24 hours at the retailer's refrigerator, right?
Okay.
Hmm.
Or maybe larger than that. So what my chilling can after opening should do is at least last 10 to 15 minutes,
Okay.
like that.
Makes sense.
Makes sense? So it should
Okay.
last. It should be at least chilled for 15 minutes.
Okay. That's like a usual can, man. That's it's a can. It will do its thing. The one thing that we need to focus on, like when you open it, it should get chilled. Magic.
That's what self-chilling is does, right?
Mhm.
It does magic, bro. Why are you? Once you open it, it would do it would do its chilling part. It's like how long the chill should last.
Okay, so yeah, like put that like once you open it, it chills.
Bro, it's a
That's the,
self-chilling.
It is chilled. Oh, it
It
is
is
chilled. It is
self-chilling.
saying it is chilled.
It is
Every
self-chilling can. Once you open it, it gets chilled. So you need to open it. It is just like a normal can, but if you open it, it gets chilled.
okay.
You get my point? I guess Amit is still blank.
but you have to define it, right? So that's what I'm
So
saying. Like
is
you're
like
defining the
okay,
product.
okay. I like
It's
you take up
just
so you take two normal cans. One is from the Pepsi or like Coke can, and one is this product. Let's term it as product A, right? A can of product A. So when I open a both of them are at room temperature. So when I open can A or sorry the Coke can, right? It doesn't get chilled. But it stays the same drink. The drink is the same. But if I open the product A can, right, in within 5 seconds it gets whole chilled after opening it.
He doesn't.
It gets chilled. What's the problem there?
Okay.
there's no problem with the solution.
Huh?
Yeah, there's no problem there. It's the solution.
Okay, so you wanna add anything else? How are you defining the self-chilling cans?
That would be all.
That's it.
Okay. That's it.
Okay, we just have still 15 like seconds if you want to add.
No. That's it.
Okay, so maybe that's it. So you want so you want to ideate it at present?
I think we can do it in the next session.
Yeah, this is
Next
good, right?
session. Nobody is gonna watch this much live video.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
1 hour,
Yeah.
30 minutes. Yeah,
But I
it's very.
Yeah.
think
I
we
think we
did
should keep
lots and lots of intro.
like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I think
And I mean,
we
before doing session, like there has to be like some agenda or something like that, then it
Yes.
yeah
would like work
this
better.
was a striking part.
So what we
Yeah.
can do, like we can keep this as a like a practice session that this is how it's going to be. So from now
Yeah.
on, like if we start a video, we first discuss it like what we are going to do for an hour or
Yeah.
two. Like not
And
in
yeah.
the day at this point you'll say this and that, but we just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like sprint sessions, like 5 minute
Yes.
sprints,
Yeah.
10 minute
Don't get
sprint.
like if we do it for an hour and 30 minutes, I don't think it will be good and successful.
yeah,
30 minutes. I think it's good.
I think
30
30
minutes, max
32 an hour
30.
is good, right? Because that's how we do. But this was the session where everyone was
Yeah, yeah,
introduced,
I
right? Even
understand.
Miral was
Yeah.
telling at first part, I have met Amit, but I haven't met you, Miral, personally. So,
I messaged you, never replied
when?
on WhatsApp.
Okay, very sorry.
First time itself, like how is the product management development courses in Northeastern? Somebody gave me your number.
And he
Oh,
didn't reply.
I never replied back.
Which
bro,
arrogant.
to be very honest, I had this guy who asked me like, uh, should I go for supply thing or data thing? And I explained him, bro, I don't know. Like, many of my friends know that. Then after that, he asked me, what do you suggest of me? I said I gave him a long description of what exactly products and how exactly you can score there and get that thing done. And then he asked me a very stupid question. What is the probability of getting internship or co-op in product, supply and data? And after that, I stopped doing like this is this is way too
But
much. Well, I like what is the probability, and I was like, yo, bro, we are done.
very bad.
So that was way too much for me. I like okay, but now as you're in the loop, so maybe like we will be talking into collapsible food markets and self chilling cans for the next sessions on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
So maybe on Saturday we can take product development, and on Sunday you can take business model innovation.
Cool.
Cool.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Yeah, and we would also time it because like 5 minutes into definition process, 5 minutes into ideation process of
Yeah.
each thing. So I think that would be way much more productive and easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Like,
Cool.
share, subscribe, bro.
Press the bell icon.
Press the bell like.
Well, like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah. You share this video to
User
me.
advocates.
I also have my channel. So I will put on
Done,
that
bro. We
also.
can stream that, bro. I think you can directly stream it from. Okay, I'll just share you the link so it's easy for
I
you.
don't know how to do it.
No issues, bro. Okay, so
Okay.
see you on Saturday, or you wanna like schedule it any other time?
So guys,
No,
have a good Sunday. Bye bye.
no, no. Like let's plan it for Saturday, Saturday 12 p.m.
It depends, but
on what?
for now it's good.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Have a nice
Bye
one,
bye.
guys. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.